Midnight Whisper. A Christmas Story by Janet White. Savouring the hush, hours before the great unwrapping, Crystal wonders whether the new neighbour's house will be filled with so much. Stroking her dress, dulled and paper-thin from too many Christmases, she surveys the room that holds its breath in anticipation of morning. Patterned parcels lean on each other, snoozing before the ravishing from small fingers. Cards hang in neat soldier rows, and the tree, her beloved tree, silently carries its weight of bulging baubles. Crystal feels that she was made for such times, but like the one lost piece of Tommy's favourite jigsaw puzzle, her question leaves a niggling, unfilled gap. For days, the children have generated more energy than their little bodies could contain. Excitement spilling over into bouncing, running into each other, squealing, squabbling, and tears. For weeks, they've been perusing the catalogues, making lists, begging for every glittering thing that beckons to them from paper and screen. Only little Billy is still young enough simply to receive what is already there. He gazes up at her sometimes, biscuit-smeared fingers pointing out every dish from the visual feast around him, eyes as wide as his drooling smile. Yes, Crystal muses, the children's eyes are more beautiful than baubles, but what's it all about? Crystal's memory, like flickering fairy lights, switches to days long ago in the factory when the question was first born inside her. Again, she hears the conversations. "What are you doing for Christmas, John?" "Not a lot. Boozing tonight, lying tomorrow. Poor you, Nora. Gotta get up for the kids, eh?" "Oh, John, but that's what Christmas is all about. I love watching them open their presents." "Bet you love all the eating too, eh, Nora?" "Stop pinching my tummy, you great beer belly." Crystal listened in silence. The views about celebrating Christmas seemed as prolific as the baubles dancing on the conveyor belt. Result? A jumble, like the pile of screwed-up paper that accumulates by 8:30 every Christmas morning. TV and turkey, lights and trimmings, cards and carols, gifts and giggles. Yes, it's good to be part of it all, but what's it all about? She thinks again of the tired-looking couple who just moved in today, wondering how they'll be celebrating Christmas. A car hums past, lighting up the curtains. Crystal recalls the giant snow-sprayed windows of the department store where she spent so many winter days. Christmas, a time for celebrating? Sometimes it felt more like Stressmas. Tired-out faces staring through those great glass rectangles, eyes searching for what? She'd sensed their disappointment as they moved on, weighed down with bulging bags, yet not satisfied. On her feet all day, she knew their legs would be aching as much as her own. What is it all about? Lost among the cotton-wool snowmen, little dancing men in red suits, the tinsel and singing reindeer waving furry antlers, Crystal longed for a place to belong. But it sometimes seemed she would be left forever on the shelf. And then came the day that changed her life. It was Christmas Eve. Colin shambled into the store behind Sue, his wife, and 3 excited children. A sprinkle of snowflakes rapidly melting on his duffel coat hood, carrier bags jostling with each other under his forearms. Another person, searching. The modern hunter-gatherer who's found everything except what it is that he really wants. Then his eyes settled on Crystal. His wife glanced to where he was looking, and the children drew near in a combined breathless hush. With each successive Christmas, Colin grows a little more stooped around the shoulders. The lines on his face deepen almost imperceptibly as the old year dies into the next. When the cards begin to drop off the walls and the oversized parcels have shed their bright clothing and shrunk into real things, wanted or unwanted, he spends an evening ticking off the bank statements against each receipt and bill. Sue hustles about, ushering the clutter trail into order. Paper trimmings, paper cards, paper money, paper bills. Colin's lips become one thin line, and he mutters about doing the shopping himself next year. A few shots of recently unwrapped whiskey blur the sharp lines of print and reality for a while. And while he snoozes on the sofa, and Sue disappears upstairs, Crystal asks again, "What is it all about? How long have I been standing here alone?" The room, the parcels, the fairy lights still switched on, all are waiting. For what? Has Christmas Eve yet become Christmas Day? Does midnight make such a difference? Alone. The new neighbours come to mind again. Foreigners, Middle Eastern probably. How far are they from their roots? I must pop down and visit them. Crystal's sudden decision surprises her. At this time of night? Are you serious? Feet aching from standing for so long. Legs stiff as always. She dithers for a full 5 minutes, then, shyly, haltingly, takes the plunge. In the shadows, a low tree branch grasps at her dress, sending Crystal flailing. Landing awkwardly, she experiences the impact through her entire body. One arm, one leg, both brittle with age, fail to support her. Like dry twigs, they snap into odd angles, distorting her once lovely figure. Pain, new, terrifying, takes over her being. Home so near and yet so inaccessible, panic shoots an arrow through Crystal's mind. Will I ever get back? Unable to generate any voice to scream, she knows they will find her in the morning. Too late. A child's cry drifts along the ground to where Crystal lies. Turning her head, she notices a gentle glow from an open doorway. Footsteps. Strong arms underneath her, gathering up her dangling limbs, supporting their weight. Crystal is dimly aware of a smiling woman, the smell of animals, and people murmuring in a foreign language. In front of the strangers is a small, rough-hewn crib, packed with straw, and a baby. Tiny in form, his vividness seems to fill the little house. Absorbing Crystal in his dark eyes, the baby reaches out a miniature hand, his fingertips tenderly touching her shattered limbs. All around begins to grow larger and still larger. Feeling utterly safe, Crystal shrinks, finds herself held in the palm of the baby's hand, relaxing on his chest until her body is strengthened by his very heartbeat. Pain subsides. disappears into the baby's smile as an inner whisper, ancient but ever young, settles all. The curtained window turns from deep navy to pale blue as Christmas Day dawns. Crystal sits up on the carpet, parcels forming a cheerful audience around her. The children will be up soon. Catching her reflection in a large bauble, Crystal reaches to hold it, both arms perfectly formed. Her legs, intact and pain-free, support her body easily as she admires her shimmering new dress. Excited squeals drift down from the bedrooms. The children are ransacking their Christmas stockings. Crystal surveys the room from floor level, understanding their excitement. She gazes across at the nativity scene, bought only yesterday and newly arranged on the hearth. Recognition flickers on the woman's face. The man's beard seems to twitch a little. Her new neighbours, her rescuers, the baby at the heart of it all. Smiling, Crystal stands on tiptoe, reaches upwards, her silver-laced wings unfurling behind her, flying past the tinsel and fairy lights to her special place. She is ready to watch Christmas Day with her beloved family from the top of the tree.